Grab a basket and collect keepsakes from around your house, and I'll show you the best way to keep those memories alive. I also grabbed some clear plastic ball ornaments that I bought at the dollar store last season and I had saved in my craft bin. I removed the top and placed the keepsakes inside. For the first one, I added the shells from our vacation and I placed them inside the ball, filling only about a quarter full. I put the top back on and then I cut a piece of brown paper. I rounded the edges, punched a hole, and wrote on it the name of our vacation spot and the year, and then I tied it onto the top. For the next ball, I had a friend with beautiful writing right on it, our family keepsake garland circa 1960, and I placed the very special piece of garland that still remains inside, and now it will last so much longer. For the Taylor Swift one, I placed all the bracelets that we had traded at the concert inside the ball. Then before putting the top on, I placed the wristband through the top part to attach it. And we also kept that little piece that covers the battery so the light still works. For the last keepsake ball, I placed bracelets from when my daughter was born, but first I added some fake snow for the bottom, and then I put the baby bracelets and her name bracelet inside. I hung each of these special personalized keepsake ornaments on a garland, perfect for remembering important things for our family all season long. Which one do you like best?
I'm going to be using some clear glass round ornaments. So I'm going to remove all the tops of the glass ornaments. I'm going to take a measuring cup and I'm going to pour a generous amount of the Mod Podge and I'm going to add a little bit of the brown fabric dye. I'm going to give it a stir. Once mixed, I'm going to use the measuring cup to pour the liquid into my glass ornament. And I'm going to swirl it around, making sure that the mixture covers the entire glass ornament. I want all the Mod Podge liquid to pour out the bottom. To make a darker color, I'm going to add some of this food coloring and give that a good stir. Once fully mixed, I'm going to make up some more ornaments in this darker brown shade. I'm going to leave these to set and drip for about 5 minutes. And I'm going to pound the glass ornament carefully to get out more of the mixture. And then I'm going to set them in a muffin tray. I'm going to preheat my oven to 250. And then I'm going to place the ornaments in the oven while it's still cool, allowing the glass to heat up with the oven. While my ornaments are baking, I'm going to take some styrofoam and I'm going to place the tops of the ornaments in there so they're easy to spray paint with this black matte spray paint. I'm going to make sure I check all my glass ornaments in the oven just to make sure that they don't get too hot. So I check them a few times before they're done. Once my tops are dry, I'm going to lightly brush over the black spray paint. Once my ornaments are done in the oven, I can remove them carefully. They were in the oven for about 30 minutes and these are the finished ornaments when I replace the tops. I've set them here in my kitchen in a little wooden dough bowl. I love the dark, moody vibe that they provide, and they look great amongst my Christmas decor.
Looking for a great way to add a touch of ambiance to your holiday table? Begin by taking your clear plastic ornaments and removing the top. Fill the ornament with a good dollop of paint in the color of your choice. Pour in about a quarter cup of water. Replace the ornament top and carefully swirl the mixture together, being sure to cover all areas of the clear plastic. Leave this overnight to dry. This will create a fun marbled glass effect for your oversized ornaments. Next, screw your hooks into the ceiling. You want to ensure they are centered to your table for the next step. Add 2 looped ribbons so that you can easily slide through your base for the hanging. I had an old piece of wood molding laying around that was perfect for this job. Thread each ornament with your ribbon. I chose to make my larger ornaments all of the same height, but you can arrange it however you'd like. With a pattern in mind, begin tying your ornaments to the stick in the pattern of your choice. To add some variety, I selected an assortment of ribbon lengths for the smaller ornaments. Once you are happy with the placement of your hanging ornaments, grab your garland or greenery and begin to wrap this around the majority of the stick. If you're going for more of a woodsy look, feel free to leave more of the natural stick showing through. There you have it, a beautiful hanging centerpiece to truly take your holiday dinner to the next level.
First, grab some clear ornaments and start popping the silver tops off. Set them aside for later. Then fill up a bottle with some white distilled vinegar. Go outside and spray the ornaments with the vinegar all over. While the vinegar is still wet, spray some metallic spray paint on top. I used a metallic gold color and a pretty copper color as well. Then spray another layer of vinegar over that and let it dry. While the ornaments are drying, apply some rub and buff to your ornament tops to make them look more aged and distressed. I used gloves for this because it can get a little messy. After the ornaments are dry, then you can carefully put the toppers back on. Attach an ornament hook and start hanging them on your Christmas tree. And now you have some fabulous looking vintage ornaments that didn't cost you an arm and a leg to get.
We need to go ahead and remove the top off of the ornament. You just want a little bit of water. We're gonna add quite a bit of paint and we're gonna mix it. Move it around so it coats the entire inside of the ornament. Once we kind of get it going, we're gonna turn it upside down onto the cup and let it dry. And when it dries, you're going to end up with a navy ball or whatever color you choose, just like this. We're going to put the topper back on. We're going to use the Mod Podge. Once you have the Mod Podge on, it is time to start with the leafing. Set this one aside. I'm going to let it dry. So we're going to use this gentle paintbrush and we're going to go through and we're just going to gently tap and brush the leafing. Look how fun. They're just beautiful.